Today, on This American Dice, scars, family, and intrigue. Who has been secretly purchasing weapons in the magistrates' names? Who receives an unexpected and possibly unwelcome family visit? And which two magistrates will ally against one of their comrades? Find out today on This American Dice.
You all walk in, and I smile at you, but I really didn't. You look at my face, you can see that my, gums and my teeth are kind of exposed on the right side of my face.
So it's like pierced your cheek is what's going on?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's grotesque.
And where do they encounter you with this? I assume it would be at the magistrate residence.
At the dentist.
A large city surrounded by green walls and acres of poppy fields. A group of monks travel toward the city exchanging prayers for whatever alms the poor peasants of the countryside can spare. We fly over the walls of the city through the noble quarter, a beautiful but imposing palace and a foreign-looking minareted estate. North, in the temple quarter, we see the glistening white limestone temple of Amaterasu, the sun goddess, with its 60-foot pole topped with a shimmering golden sphere, and the temple of Diakoku, the fortune of wealth, with its towering statue of the patron god of the city. Next door, in the merchant quarter, we see busy streets with noisy merchants selling wares from all over Rokugan and beyond. On the other side of the Bay of Drowned Honor, the fisherman quarter, dirtier and meaner, sees poorer commoners, meaner gangs, and shabby houses amid the docks and warehouses. We pass by the leatherworkers' quarter as we head downriver. The only building of notice in the home of the Edda, the Untouchables, is the city crematorium. Finally, we arrive at Teardrop Island, the licensed quarter, with its perpetual twilight of hanging lanterns that illuminate fine sake and geisha houses. We follow a man in a basket hat as he's beckoned inside by a beautiful geisha. As he enters, he removes the hat, and we see it was the monk from the beginning. The geisha says, "Secrets." Ryoko Owari, City of Lies. Executive Producer, Jessica HBO.
Aji, we're going to do a little time travel for a second.
Great Scott.
We're going to do a little bit of time travel, and we're going to bring everybody into this scene. In our last game, we kind of rushed past you having this big wound on your face to get to Watchful's. What happened was she died. That didn't have to happen, but that did occur. So
Didn't it?
what I want to do is have the first time that these guys see you, a scene with that. So, again, you've described it as your character's, face is cut in a way.
It's cut, but I kind of hide it by, making it,
Okay.
Oh, you're hiding it?
So I think this would be only, the night of or the day after. So this is when this wound is still pretty darn fresh.
Oh.
And these guys are going to encounter you.
Then you look at my face, you can see that my, gums and my teeth are kind of exposed on the right side of my face.
So it's like pierced your cheek is what's going on?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's grotesque.
And where do they encounter you with this? I assume it would be at the magistrate residence.
At the dentist.
And to say, you all walk in, and I smile at you, but I really didn't. That wasn't. And I have a mask.
Is it a mask or a bunch of bandages?
No, it's it's fresh, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have bandages. Let's say, I was, replacing my bandages, and then I also have a blue mask over the bandages.
Okay.
Like a plain blue mask?
It's got some nice crane on it somewhere. Like a bandana-ish.
So it looks kind of like you just tied a bandana around your face?
Yeah.
You're robbing a train.
Yeah. 310 to Yuma. All right, so, yeah, you guys at some point kind of come in, and this is maybe the night before you get that message from Watchful.
Okay.
And at somewhere in the magistrate residence, Audrey's now wearing a mask. You guys can better set this scene as you would kind of like with this.
Oh, yeah, I could have set up this meeting, because I was thinking I wanted to say something last time. But,
this is before Watchful had been killed.
Right.
He contacted you guys.
Mostly about the pterodactyl monster.
Mm-hmm.
So, that had happened, right?
Yes.
Okay. Aji, what?
What?
Is this,
You trying a new look for the city?
It's pretty embarrassing, but I lost a duel to my cousin, Michitaka.
Is it common for Crane to wear masks upon losing a duel?
No, it's not. It just felt kind of fitting. Well, it's a new wound. I'm not sure. Could be temporary.
You're wounded?
A wound?
Yeah,
That is an unfortunate place.
I got cut across my cheek. I have a permanent scar.
What is the legality of duels?
Well,
That's a good question. So, you as the duelist probably just know this.
it's a way of putting your foot down.
Yeah. So, the traditional way, and like I said, you know this for sure. You as not a bushi might not know this.
Right.
So, you as a duelist definitely know it. The proper, full thing that you're supposed to do is go and get permission from your lord, your respective lords, to make sure that it's cool. Because theoretically, since you are the servants of these lords, for you to get in a fight that might kill you without their permission to
Damage
do
your
so,
property.
it's destroying one of their servants.
Mm-hmm.
Those terms are also set, right?
Yeah.
This is a Toan.
So in the full, most formal way, you would have to go to your daimyo or your clan Hatamoto, that kind of thing. Now, if you're also a magistrate, that adds an extra wrinkle into things. Because then, theoretically...
You have two lords.
Yeah, is the Emerald Champion involved in this process? If it's not a duel to the death, it's a little bit less of a big deal because you're not as likely to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
But there's supposed to be a process where... in the most formal way, this isn't a thing that samurai movie style happens where two dudes look at each other and then just decide to attack each other and then they're settled. Some clans might not care as much about it and might say if that's a thing you wanted, some lords might have give you permission in advance to just do that thing.
Perhaps.
Let's call it an open dueling license.
Sure. Well, one of the things in the books that they do talk about is in most crane lands, if a crane wants to duel a ronin, they just have standing permission to do that because the idea is A, it will win, and B, if a ronin were to insult you, that's a bigger insult that you need to deal with immediately, kind of a thing. So depending on the clan, they might have that stuff. Now, if you guys want more info on that, I can maybe give that to you, especially based on a roll. But since this was something handled within your family, not over an issue of breaking the law, theoretically, legal-wise, so long as you're cool with it, it's pretty fine.
It's a family matter.
And then you say...
What reason did you have to duel him?
You remember he went to jail, right? Ichitaka?
Yeah.
yeah.
He wouldn't stop harming citizens. And,
Why wasn't he arrested and so dueled?
well, he was arrested, and I bailed him out, and then he tried to do the same thing again, and I tried to stop him.
So is this the one? I guess we have to apprehend him now?
And we need to bring him in for questioning.
I don't know where he went. He beat me in a duel. I was wounded. He did make sure that I got medical attention, but I don't know where he went after that.
So you know, your character knows the duel was in part because he refused to leave the city. So just as a reminder.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, he's somewhere in the city. He's looking for people that murdered his brother. But he doesn't have any real source of information to go on. He's just going.
So I'm trying to understand.
There's a man walking through the streets who's a murderer.
Yeah.
This is the same man that killed
Hiroshi?
they killed Hiroshi, isn't it?
But Hiroshi wasn't a samurai.
But he's also willing to...
I'm a trained duelist, and he beat me, so we should be...
Yeah, and you're a magistrate, and he was willing to harm you.
Well, I think that was separate. That was more a family thing.
The way you described it doesn't sound like it.
Well,
It sounds like you were trying to do your duty.
I was trying to do my duty at the time.
And he was in direct conflict with that. That does not sound like a family matter.
Yeah,
The duty to my family by trying to protect him from me as a magistrate. That's why I tried to get him to leave the city, but he would not.
Would you still protect him as a family member?
In most situations, yes. He is part of the crane.
Well, looks like the best way for us to protect him is to keep him locked up for now if he's on a rampage.
Right. We should find him as soon as possible.
Yes.
Other innocents might get killed.
Which one is this? You should go talk to Ryoko Owari, the sheriff. You should go talk to the sheriff and have her look out for this man. And have her and her guards be on the watch for this. I feel like you know her the best.
Okay.
I'm not just choosing you randomly.
Oh, yeah. Both me and my character did that same thing, like, what? What? Okay. Sure. No, that's a good idea.
I prefer to keep us within the magistrate if possible. Ryoko Osako's methods are a little harsh sometimes.
What do you mean by that? I've never known her to do anything but hold up the law.
It's just true. She does protect the law.
Well, she's my clan's mate. I'll make sure. I'll take precautions that your cousin isn't harmed in any way, but, I mean, seems like he didn't have that same respect for you.
Right. Doesn't know what I was courteous to him, and when he got into jail, I told Ryoko Osako that he would not do it again, and yet he did it again. So that's the real reason why I don't want to go through Osako. But if we must,
I feel the lives of the innocents are more important than your shame at this moment.
I know. This is true. I'm just being courageous. Trying to be.
This is why Jocho has said over and over again that he's more than willing to lend us the use of his Thunder Guard if we need to apprehend people. You don't need to be challenging everyone to a duel.
This is true.
I didn't think it would come to that, so unexpected. I didn't know he was so angry.
Well, if you think that we'll be able to deal with the problem, then I guess we have to go deal with it now. We have to go find this man. Where would he go next? What information does he even have?
He doesn't have any.
That's not special.
Wait, do I know that you went to his place?
I don't think so.
I was just going to. I didn't. I have no idea. I guess we could mobilize the Thunder Guard and do a citywide search.
Well, it can't be that hard to find one man, especially if he's as brazen as
you have stated.
But we should do that immediately. We should also talk about this demon. I did want to talk about that too.
What demon?
We know about that, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably. Well, yeah, unless you guys had kept it from the other folks.
You want to keep it from them?
Nah, it's okay.
No.
So then the odds are it's probably not breaking news at all, since it happened from this point a month or so earlier.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, I forgot, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Demon's been on the loose for a fucking month. For some reason, I thought that I'm average.
So we've probably talked about it already.
Yeah, we've talked about it once or twice at this point.
So, yeah, I think we should realign our priorities, so, or at least talk about doing that. So, should we... Yeah, what do we...
There's Aji's cousin who's killing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
There's a giant wave of ancient evils smothering the city.
Oh, boy. We have the ninja.
And there's a ninja.
We have the bandits outside who have the stamp, the chop.
Yep. They're...
Oh, okay. We have who killed Narutoki.
That's low on the list at this point.
I'm going to skip the second one. The Ryoado ninja are at large.
That is true.
Is that it? Ryoko?
Yeah. Ryoado was your character from the last Sofa card.
Right.
No, second. Yeah.
Yeah. Fade is still large with the chop. We got what are they? The Moonanite cult?
The Moonanites, yeah. No, just the Moon Cult, yeah.
The Moon cult. The Loonies.
Mm-hmm. And the Toonies.
And now we have Michitaka.
Yeah.
So, Michitaka hopefully will be easily dealt with, but I guess Yugure, what do you think we should do with this cult? I guess that's kind of your expertise, right?
I wish it were. All of my meditation has revealed that there is an evil permeating the city, but not where to find it or how to deal with it.
They seem to be drawn to you in some way, at least based on the fact that they kidnapped you.
It could have been, or I believe it was more my clan than my studies. Yeah, their sacrifices required one from each clan, and they found me wandering alone at night. So it was my clan and my negligence that I think drew me to them.
There's not too many of you, are there?
In the city, there are not.
Maybe.
Was the cave? I don't super remember. Was the cave destroyed almost? I meant, was the hole in the roof messed up?
No.
So the cave was completely the same as it was before.
Theoretically, yeah.
Okay. I don't remember if the demon was large enough to break a hole that would have fucked up the cave's property. So we ought to
just cruising by so many jokes right now. Just letting you know.
Get that demon out of my hole.
Anyway, perhaps we ought to have some kind of guard presence near the cave in case they try again. It didn't succeed. I just thought.
Well, what I hear is that demon, we can't even hurt it.
Yeah, but the Moon Cult didn't summon the demon. The demon was killing them. They were trying to summon as far as I'm aware.
Are you sure when it didn't enter the battlefield, you had to sacrifice a person?
It did seem, the appearance of the demon, it would be unwise to assume there was no correlation, but it did not seem to be the intention of the cult.
Was it a cost that needed to be paid?
The costs had not yet been paid. And I'll kind of rub my wound.
System costed them. Okay.
Ishii, there is a group of soldiers that aren't super welcome within the city by the government that are trained to deal with demons. Maybe we could station them there.
Well, such was my thought. I think that'd be a fun, because the Moon Cult succeeding was quite disastrous.
Now, how far away was the Moon Cult? It was pretty far away, right?
It's 10 or 15 miles northeast.
It's pretty far.
Yeah.
Maybe if we...
Uncomfortably far.
Maybe
technically labeled. Oh, no, not really. On this one. Okay.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Maybe if we requisition one of the horses, we could get a runner to stay with the army, and then if there is an attack, they can get here as soon as possible.
Seems like not a bad plan.
Afterwards, they could camp out there instead of where are they?
They're just outside the town. They're in a little village outside the town right now.
Okay, so yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe we should each kind of take charge over each of these things, and it seems if we do end up going with that, I was thinking Igure, but Ishii, maybe you should take charge of the Moon Cult situation with your troops.
To be honest, although I'll have my troops stationed there, I still think Yuguri needs to be the one pursuing it, because my last encounter with the demon did not end so well. I was unable to injure it.
I'm not suggesting anyone tackle one of these problems alone, but do you think you would want to take the lead on it, or Yugure? Either one.
Well, I wonder if the evil permeating the city and the Moon Cult are even the same issue.
You think that should be another issue?
I believe so. I believe that much of the darkness we've experienced is due to one evil. One supernatural evil.
Well, it's not off the table, but come back to that one. I guess, well, I'll talk to... Just writing all over your thing. Do you need that?
That was for you guys.
For us to figure out to get to do things.
I'll talk to Asaka-san about Michitaka. That should be easily handled, I hope.
Should we be looking for help for this demon situation? I feel like we're not the right kind of, like maybe the Phoenix.
Who are you going to call?
Oh, that's good. I assume that'd be your clan's jurisdiction, right? The witches, right? Or what are they called?
They're the witch hunters, yeah.
Yeah, that was close.
You've probably heard about, like, rumors
The
about
Cooney-
the Cooney witch hunters.
Do you think? I mean, you two witnessed it. Do you think it's something we should bring to either the Emerald Champion or just directly to them?
Yes, definitely. It's a terrifying creature.
Okay, so I'm gonna fold that under the umbrella of the Moon Cult. That's on you.
Alright.
That's a point. The ninja. Let's deal with the ninja.
And do electrocuted. Hit one with lightning.
That's true.
The best any of the rest of us have done.
You know, if there is like an evil permeating the city, it might be similar to that. If you want to take the charge of that,
I'd be willing to dig deeper into the city and find what secrets might be rooted there.
it seems like they're unfortunately spread out throughout the city, just like this evil that might also be.
What else do we have to take care of?
We've got Fade and Naratokai.
We have a lot to take care of. Somebody has to go talk to you. Has to have some contacts in another city to start to have them have a decoy caravan for us.
Yeah, it's still something we have to deal with, so we'll have to put that on hold still, unfortunately. Well, Aji, do you think, can we rely on you to continue the investigation for Naratokai, to lead that investigation?
Yes. I am looking into relating to that.
Do you care to share it?
I don't have... What I have is not good enough to share yet. But I'll let you know if something develops.
Okay. All right. Well, and I'll take care of Michitaka, and hopefully with enough speed to be available to help anyone else that needs help. All right. Well, do you need to see some herbalist about your face?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go to the pharmacy.
The old pharmacy.
If you would
Pharmacologist.
sit with me for a while, perhaps you'd allow me to meditate and let the kami bless you.
Yeah, so it'll help relieve the pain.
I have to sit very still in a room for 4 hours. Intense pain all the time meditates.
Alright.
Fun time.
So it sounds like we're just about done with that scene.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I did want to do this move that might heal one harm from him,
Sure, go for it.
but it does require some meditation time.
Mm-hmm. We'll say maybe that's what you were doing that night before you guys got that message from Watchful, and maybe you were like kind of tired because of that.
Oh, you get an experience for that. So you're targeting someone you have bond with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So, on a 9, I get to choose one option from either of my 2 previous moves, and I'll just choose the one that calls a kami of earth to heal a person present for 1 harm.
This is real open. We're back on the... You guys are done investigating that that murder scene.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So that occurred. And this is like later that day. It's up to what you want to do from this point. I don't know if this adjusts any of the plans that you've made before this that you just wrote down, or if it's like, stick with it.
Not for me. I mean, I have 2 things I want to do, but I feel like I was like the leader of the last thing, so leave it up to you guys.
Well, I have to go talk to the witch hunters and then also talk to somebody to see about getting that decoy caravan ready to catch, what's his name, Fade.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
Okay.
guess I would go talk to the witch hunters.
Well, there aren't any witch hunters in the city.
Well, I could talk to somebody that could send a message to them.
Sure. So you could just write out a message. Absolutely. So you're requesting a message to have like...
Papa Cooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever one's the kind of...
Aren't they all
head, but
ladies or something?
kind of...
No.
What about the Supernatural? The guys on Supernatural?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This game is a prequel to that
The
show.
names what I was going to say, come help me have it in Costello, but
I think that's him.
Lex
exactly
Luthor.
them.
What's the gun? What's the gun? Kind of gun? Weston.
Winchester?
Winchester. Yep. Smith & Wesson is a gun.
Also
Winchester, I think, also a gun.
Yeah, it's true.
Got it.
There's the Winchester
Yeah.
Mansion. That is like the
that's right.
supernatural one.
They made a terrible movie of that, I heard.
That would be interesting. But
I don't think it was.
okay, so you're writing. What do you want to accomplish in writing your message to them?
I would like to get their attention about this demon and wonder if they could send an envoy of soldiers, whatever they are, down to
Inquisitors?
Ooh,
Please call them
down
that.
to Ryoko Owari in order to deal with this threat.
Okay.
Petitioning by the Emperor.
Could you go ahead and make a manipulate roll?
What? It's an actual real demon. How is this manipulation? Hey, this is demon. Can you help me? I also have to manipulate you. No, it's just a 6.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Well, you get an experience, yeah. Okay. So
Well,
you
that's
send
another
that you send that message off. You
Nailed it.
send that message off,
Those fucks.
describing what's going on.
You forgot to draw a picture.
Yeah. Here's my sketch of demon. It has see the tongue with the lady's face on it. How does this not scare you?
This turned me on
And
so
it would probably go to Kuni Yori, who's the head of the Kuni family,
Okay.
and probably in charge of a lot of that stuff.
They'll be all...
But he knows it. But the
I should know.
yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
Ishi would know it for sure.
Does not give a shit.
Also, you gotta get those troops in that cave.
Yeah.
Get that horse.
So,
All right.
of
So
course.
yeah, but so that doesn't. I'd say like you can kind of pen that message and then head out to do something else easily.
Yeah. I wanted to send out the troops as kind of like secondary to trying to. I guess I would talk to the governor and see if she has any contacts in that city we went to when we got the seal, whatever the name of that city was. I don't remember. It was-
Kayunikoma.
Sure,
So
that.
Kayunikoma.
The lion, right?
The Lion City. She says, see if she has any contacts in the Lion City that could get a little fake caravan together, a small one, and almost put out the word that it's...
Oh, wait, the idea is that we meet the Emerald Champion in a different place each time, right? Or do we always meet him there?
He often makes like a trip to
Oh,
Kayunikoma.
yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So like once a year he'll do that. So often. But
I had.
okay. I think you. Oh, well, while you're writing this and like getting ready to send this message off, you get there's a letter for you. One of the servants is like, oh, I'll send this off right away, sir. But also, this came for you this morning, and it's addressed to all of you, but just you are here when he has it for you.
Oh, okay. Then I will read it and tell him, all right, go send the letter.
It's from Asako Anjo, the guy who like you met. Who like Asako Anjo was the guy who kind of interviewed you when you first came in, and he gave you this dossier. He's the one who put it together.
Oh,
And,
right, I remember that, man.
Yeah, so he's an Emerald
To the sheriff?
Asako, not that's his family name because Asako Anjo.
Asako is-
Yogo Asako is the
Oh,
sheriff.
boy.
It's good. It's
yeah,
confusing.
What a shit name.
My last name
That's
is the most common last name in the United States. So the
Yeah, it is.
He was the fat phoenix.
oh yeah, he was a little chubby. But basically, it's asking the question of like, can you explain this almost like purchase order, this supplies requisition order of these horses, supplies, rations, armor, and weapons. He says it's not enormous, but we haven't heard anything about any of this, and we're wondering what its purpose was. And you look at the date, and you didn't make this. So it was for, like I said, horses, just general supplies, rations, armor, weapons.
From what I know about, magistrate business, is that something that all it would really require would be a seal, and I could send in the requisition form?
Yeah, you would know that stuff. That shouldn't be a rule. Your lord would have to, they would have to approve it. Kind of. Like, it's the kind of thing that you could do that. You would then have to explain what those things are for. And this is basically all right, what was this stuff for? Kind of a deal. Like you requested all these supplies. They were issued. Why were they requested? And this isn't like, it doesn't have a stern tone to it,
Yeah, no,
but it's fairly formal.
Well, this is almost perfect, because in my mind, I would think that this is possibly a thing the bandits could have requested. No?
You
Because
could
they have a seal.
You could read a situation roll for that.
Yeah. For the situation. So that's my first thought, is that, the bandits could... Oh, my fucking god. Oh, well,
You have a really good
still
thing.
an 8. Yeah, it's still an 8. I was
Okay.
still though, another 6.
Okay.
Bullshit. No, it's an 8.
It's an eight.
Good.
So what's your? You got one question. One of those read a situation questions.
Why does it have to be on the back?
All right.
what should I be on the lookout for involving the seal?
What should you be on the lookout for? Your suspicions seem to be like... Your gut seems to be pointing you in the direction of, I did not order that stuff, I know. If these guys ordered it, I probably would have seen it or heard about it, and I don't think that that's the case. Based on the date that it came in, it probably was that you were like, that fits together, that these bandits could have requisitioned this stuff and basically taken these supplies.
Oh, wait, those supplies have already been transferred?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the opposite of what I thought was going on. I thought that they had to get...
the supplies have already been given out. And this is basically what happened with all of that stuff.
I thought he was like, oh, hey, just making sure the supplies are good. And I'd be like, yeah, sure, where are they going? And this is
they already went out.
Does it count of how much of those things there were?
Too much.
You said it read like a purchase order.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he basically is asking, like, why did you need... gave you this stuff, why did you need it?
So how itemized is it?
It has those things. I'll say it's at least like a dozen people's worth of stuff, like of each of those things. So at least a dozen horses, at least enough money based on the armor to purchase a dozen things of armor, weapons for at least a dozen people, supplies to feed like a good number more than I think, like food to feed like either a dozen people for a lengthy period of time or a larger number of people for less time.
I see. The supplies have already been delivered. Great.
What was the shipping address on that?
I suppose that I would write a letter back saying that I believe this to be the work of thieves. Because this man should know that the signet had been stolen. I told him. I believe this to be the work of thieves, and I'm currently putting the final phase of my plan into action in order to catch them, and that would be the deliverance of a new signet. And in order to catch them, I need his help to put out the word that they're delivering a new signet and to help me by sending a small caravan to here, and that the other magistrates and I, this is our number one task, is to catch these bandits.
Okay.
So I'll write it back then.
Cool.
It's pretty trash, but whatever.
No, it's fine. So the odds are I'll have you do a manipulate roll on that. But let's just do it now, just so we get it out of the way. I was like, maybe do it later, because you just made one of these based on a letter, but let's just do that.
Well, that's better.
Hey, way better.
Way better.
That's 11.
All right, cool. Way easier. Also, rather than record like, that had been a failure, later on, this much simpler. Okay. All right, you Gray. What's your game plan?
So, I want to basically use my post-cognition technique.
Your wisdom of the kami, or the kami's wisdom, or the voice of the kami?
Which one?
The kami's wisdom.
Nailed it.
To track the ninja. So, one of the ones would let me see their steps. But basically, I want to. Where did we encounter them before? Was that like the temple district?
The small holies, yeah.
Small holies. Yeah. So, I mean, my idea was to maybe like not stake out, but like get a lay of the land and see if I can figure out like, because they like come and like shake these places down. So I'm going to get an idea of, maybe this takes a few days or something, but which spot's going to get shaken down soon, and then go later and peek back into the past and see if I can track the ninjas that way. And try to trail them back to some kind of hideout.
Sure. Go ahead and make that roll.
Well, the move doesn't it's more of like a one-time thing, so I don't know how we would resolve. I'd probably be using it multiple times.
Well, we would just say that you're getting the result of over the course of this time.
Okay.
Oh, also good.
12.
Pretty good.
So on a 12, I get to choose. So I would choose the Kami of Earth that lets me see the steps and path of anyone who was here recently. Nice. So I want to follow, get a ninja trail from a shop and follow them.
Okay. Ooh.
But then, but later, it's like the next day,
Sure.
or whatever.
I think you kind of meditate on this and kind of go through and pray in these different places, and you find that the earth kind of rumbles and grumbles to you, and you look down at the dust in these different places and can follow a path of footsteps, and you're able to find a ninja hideout.
That's what I wanted.
There's a problem though. You're able to find the place, and you are positive that that's what this is. There's nobody home. So, but the earth can kind of tell you that this is that the people you're seeking have tread upon it in this place more than in any other.
But it's empty.
It's empty of people.
Right.
You can make a read a situation roll to figure out some more stuff.
Yeah, I would do that.
Roll your
But yeah,
candy one.
You've definitely found this. You've definitely found this spot.
Oh, right. I gotta roll the candy die.
Yes.
That's a 2 and a 1.
And a diabetes.
So on my reading of a situation, this is good. Good.
Uh-oh.
Is
So
Andrew
a
going to
total
get kidnapped
of
again?
4.
Total of 4.
Maybe don't roll the
Kidnapped
candy
again.
dice anymore. Sorry,
all right.
just that.
So you're able to find this place, and you're able to look around, and one of the terrifying things that you discover is
A ninja's right
You're
here.
dead.
a ninja's right there. You're in hell. Welcome to hell. Oh no.
Oh, a mannequin, but it wasn't.
Wrong religion, idiot. You're able to, you go through this place and you are convinced that this is where the Earth Kami told you to come to this place.
Yeah.
And the place looks like a regular house that's very, very kind of quiet, and calm, and clean. And you know for sure, based on that previous roll, this was... I'm going to go ahead and go one step further. You can tell by the amount of traffic and the kind of presence that the Earth has in here, the depth of the footprints. Mm-hmm. You know that this was their headquarters. Mm-hmm. And when you look around, it seems like a regular, small, little house or almost apartment.
Is it in the small holies?
It is in the small holies. And as you open things up, you notice that there are hiding places. But there are hiding places too small for any human to fit in. Which means that whatever you're dealing with is not human.
All right. Well,
That's good news.
Yay!
and it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
I want to leave some way to, I don't know. I want to say do a MacGyver thing and put a hair on the door so that I can see if it's moved or something.
But you have a shaved head.
No, I like that. I
But
think
that kind of thing where,
I'm just messing with you.
yeah. Or I don't know. Maybe if there's I don't know if there's straw around on the ground randomly or something.
to set up something where you could tell if people have come back here.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a bold move to me.
Especially these little hiding places that are unusable.
Mm-hmm. They would be. You were no matter how small a regular person is, they couldn't get into these spots.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll do roll bold and come back tomorrow or something.
Defy danger.
Yeah, that's bold.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bold roll.
that's the one that's
Roll,
probably the
baby.
most. That makes the most sense. Also not bad. 7.
Oh my gosh, she lives.
All right. So, all right. So you come back the next day and you see that it has been disturbed. And if you talk to some of the people nearby, they can tell you that somebody did indeed come to check on this. And they came to check on the place, but they then they came to check on the place and they left, but they left without any noticeable things, and they were here very briefly. And they headed out towards the merchant quarter.
When was that?
And you'll hear that was if you stopped by and left that little kind of trap and then checked on it 4 hours later, it was somewhere in between then. And the person will say, I don't know, an hour or two ago.
Sure. All right. I kind of want to, I don't know if I'm lingering too much in this room, but I want to seek the wisdom of the kami and ask for guidance.
Well, before you do that, there's an issue, and I think that partially maybe you were meaning to get back to that trap sooner. And when you go back, to the magistrate residence, you find that like a carriage has arrived. And when you go inside, Agasha Mizaki, your wife, is there. So
You named her.
with your kids.
All right. Well, I will heartily greet them.
Okay. Is anybody else at the place when they arrive?
I don't even.
Oh, true enough. You don't. Are
I
you
almost want to be there and be like, so about that demon attack.
are you
Yeah, I'll be there.
convalescing? Yeah, that would make the most sense if you're convalescing, essentially.
I'm there. I don't want to go so wounded. Right?
Yeah, you're definitely still hurt.
Don't scare the children.
Yeah. Hello, children. But
Have you smelled opium?
yeah, Mizaki.
It's legal. I got the legal stuff.
This is what it does to your face.
Mizaki is there, and she's like, "Oh, Yugure-chan, so good to see you. I'm so glad we're finally here."
Hello, my wife. Did you get my letter of warning?
Oh, and she'll say, "No."
That is regretful. There is great darkness in the city, though I am sure your life has not been entirely pleasurable.
And she's like, "Oh, is everything okay?"
This city is a dark place, and I'm afraid it is not okay.
So I think she's real scared. And she's like, surely this house is safe. I mean, you're the magistrate, and from your letters, there are 3 other magistrates as well.
I do not know the safest place in the city, but I'm sure this must be among them. I've seen but one demon here.
Wait, isn't that a lie?
So are you?
Actually, I had a demon.
And what about the horse demon, right?
Oh, that wasn't in the house.
Not in the house.
Mm-hmm. True.
The,
You saw my
good point.
demon?
Well,
Didn't I?
oh yeah, he got a sense of it being there.
Oh, so in the city you've seen 3, right? Is that true?
Well, one's in
In
the
this
cave.
region, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So are you trying to calm her down?
No. Well, yes, I am trying to calm her down, but not without lying at all.
Okay.
So it's not working great.
That
Because,
sounds like a manipulate role.
Yeah.
Of like, this is one of the safest places in the city, though I've seen some real scary stuff.
Yeah. Manipulate.
It's the safest place, but it's spooky as fuck. Be careful.
Alrighty.
That's a 4.
A 4.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay. She kind of gathers up the children and just heads to your room.
Mm-hmm.
How many children do you have?
It's 2.
2.
So she gathers up your kids, and she heads to your room, and she calls one of the servants to kind of like start readying your specific quarters within the magistrate residence as like an area that can be a little bit larger.
I'm gonna spend time with them. Like, I'll help them get settled in, and I want to hear all about what life has been like for them at the family estate.
Mm-hmm. She'll tell you she's very worried about what you said. She's like, I wish I knew that that things were so bad here. I wouldn't have brought the children. I don't know if I would have come if I knew things were so bad. I wanted to see you, but I don't know if I would have brought them.
Well,
That would have been best.
it has been hard on me to be without my family this long, and I don't mean to disparage her, but I have little trust in my sister-in-law. So I am pleased in that sense to have us all back together, even if it is in this place. We will endure together.
And she says, "Well, it'll certainly be good." And she looks around at your like sparse, like empty room.
That shouldn't be a
Spartan
surprise
room.
to her.
But I think she says, like, well, you can certainly use a family's touch here.
I can use your touch here.
And she'll,
Where?
The room, spicing it up.
This one.
Make the room look nicer.
say, like, well, is there another place that you have as where you spend your time?
I have tried to spend time all around the city in order to learn better my post. But no, there's no one place I find sanctity other than here.
Well, it's certainly good to be with you again. It's good that our children are with their father, even if this is dangerous. They do need a father, one who's devoted to them. and to his family.
You're right. The demands upon me are many, and I have neglected perhaps the most important.
Well,
Make a poem out of that.
yeah. She says, well, we're here, and we can certainly help you however we can with all that a family could give you. She says, first of all, these quarters. And she'll essentially kind of get to making things a little more comfortable for you and now the 3 additional people that are going to be there with you.
What's the gender and age of the kids?
And there's a girl and a boy, and they are how old? You said they
10
were
and
8. 10 and 8? Ooh, boy.
I never even thought about that. It's been so long.
Children have ages. Oh.
The 10-year-old
That's the boy.
is a boy, and the 8-year-old is a girl.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm thinking my twins are like almost 3 for comparison.
Okay.
I have a birthday in a few months.
Ooh, happy birthday, little guys.
No when.
They, all right. That's,
Hey, you, Gray.
there we go.
You seen any tea? Can't find any. Hey, who's this? Hello.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
This is going to be great.
God.
Thank God.
And she'll say, she'll greet you.
This is my wife.
Forgive me. I'm Aji, Kakita.
She kind of bows and says, a pleasure to meet you.
Me as well. I didn't know you were coming here.
She says, well, I wanted to see my husband.
You never told me how beautiful you were.
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yes.
thank you. And she'll, put her hand in front of her face. She says, I wanted to make sure to come and have my family together again, and I couldn't resist the urge to do so.
There's trouble resisting urges.
She's like, but I have to, if you'll excuse me, I have to see to the house, basically. And she kind of bows and retreats.
I'm afraid I haven't kept my quarters in a state that is habitable by a family.
You all gonna stay in that one room? Your bunk beds?
We will adapt according to our necessity.
You dragons do live pretty sparsely.
That may not have been the case at our family house. I'm not sure what accommodations they will require here.
Does she know what's going on?
Only of how dire things are, not of any particulars.
I mean, you seem to me to be a man that would warn their wife of danger and prevent her from going towards it.
If only I could have done so in person. I'm afraid my letter did not reach her.
Was it you write a poem instead of a letter?
I like that.
Oh, damn.
You know, when you write a poem, it's up to the reader to interpret.
No.
Well,
I like how the answer to that question is both no in the literal sense, but based on your description of poetry, also no in your philosophical view of poetry. No, poetry is the most clear way to express anything.
It's poetry. God.
no, if it means anything, I'll protect your wife and kids.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I love this.
Well, I hope that we would all protect each other here.
Of course,
We are allies.
we need to be united against whatever we face. It's kind of unclear. I'm slightly spooked.
We should be united against all that opposes the Emperor and his ideals and his traditions and ourselves and each other and our families.
Whether it's demon, human, or some other force, unknown force.
Whatever darkness lurks in men's hearts,
Yeah.
All right.
The shadow knows.
the shadow knows.
So real
What was Aji doing prior to this?
So, my investigation into Narutoki, I think the best way to do that is to find Michitaka.
Okay.
I think he's a valuable asset, he can still be an asset to be used.
Sounds good. Go ahead and read a situation roll to maybe find that dude.
All right.
Yeah, what if I were to have a meeting with him before that? To ask him to do extra things.
Michitaka or Aji?
Aji.
We should do that.
All right. Cool. Yes, Captain.
So where are we meeting up?
Yeah, where would this be? I don't know. Maybe in the...
Could it be in your old quarters so we can get a shot of you having moved out?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Aji, I know, I'm glad that you, took over the mantle of, finding Narutoki's murderer, finally, and, I was actually looking into it myself, and, I got some information that I didn't know if it was pertinent enough to share with everybody, but since you're taking the lead, I want to share it with you. Apparently, Narutoki had a journal that he kept that somehow was lost, and it might reveal many things, but unfortunately, things that could look badly upon some of the people in power here. They asked us to be discreet about that. If you take my understanding, I know we all have our secrets. Look knowingly at you.
That's true. So how do you know about the journal?
Does Aji know about the journal?
I thought, I know the House of Four Stories got raided, and I know Yogo Osako, or someone with Thunderguard is looking for it.
I don't know if you know that in character. I'm not 100% positive. You do?
I just know there was a raid in the House of Four Stories because I asked the new owner or proprietor, the new Madame.
I know they raided that, and I raided the Michitaka's house. So with the Thunderbird.
Well, you would know now for sure, but I was just wondering if your character knew before. Because he's telling you now for sure, but
I don't remember. I don't know exactly if it was a journal. I just know they're looking something.
Okay.
That's related to Naruto.
Cool.
All right. So how do you know about the journal?
Yeah, just when I was looking into it, I was told that it might have some, depending on what it is, some
sensitive information.
Yeah, uncomfortable information in there that maybe you and I should look at before the other two, just in case. I don't want Narutoki's honor to be besmirched after his death, or anyone else here that's keeping the peace in the city.
I understand there's a need for duty to be prioritized.
Yeah, I think especially the matters that Ishii wouldn't approve of if the rumors are true.
I haven't told anyone this, but I was willing to get dirty as a courtesy to my other magistrates so they wouldn't have to.
No, I understand and respect that. I think you and I are the same in that regard. I think if we find this journal, it can shed light on a lot of things. And I also know that, let me double check to make sure I know this. The last I heard was that that foreigner Magda had it, and she probably took it with her when she left. Apparently Moment's Edge bodyguards were with her, and they never returned, so it might be with the Moment's Edge at this point, or someone, but she was apparently his, lover. The idea is that she might have left it with him, or he may have left it with her.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
See.
So if we can find her, or these Moment's Edge that were with her, escorting her out, but that journal might be the key to a lot of mysteries. If we can find out what our predecessor was doing up to the time of his death, it might not only solve his own murder, but a lot of the other things that we're struggling with.
So you think this journal is the best lead to investigating Narutoki's death?
Well, if we can find it, certainly would be. It might be gone now. I'm sure that you'll be able to look into it. Like I said, I think you and I have a similar role, for better or worse.
Sounds like you're trying to manipulate him.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll that? You're trying to manipulate him into looking for this journal and showing it to you and not these dudes.
This doesn't count as vice, does it?
No.
It's gonna happen one day. I don't think it does either, by the way. But I'm just gonna ask every time I make this roll.
Like it's
10.
All right. Not bad. So, if you go along with this, you get an experience point. If you don't, you'll have to defy danger.
I'll go along with this.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, we both get an experience point because I targeted you. How symbiotic.
Wait. So if he tells me this, does that mean that my character thinks Magda is alive now?
That sounds like you're reading him.
What? Oh.
Is he?
Kind of. He's trying to figure out what you're getting at.
No, I mean, story-wise, like, I think Magda should be dead. And if he tells me this now, does that change my...
Does it change your mind on that one?
Well, that's...
If you want to know what he knows, then that's definitely a read a situation.
Yeah.
Or read a person.
Yeah, I need to read a person on that.
Yeah.
Get another experience point.
Yeah.
What do we get here? 7 plus?
0.
All right.
Well, then I guess... Who makes that decision?
What do you mean?
My character believes Magda to be dead, but if he's telling me I should go investigate Magda...
Oh, I'm saying you should investigate the journal, I guess.
The journal, but you're kind of insinuating that also go look for Magda because she is the last person with the journal.
Yeah, and the Moment's Edge people.
So I guess there's also the Moment's Edge.
But yeah, Magda too.
All right. I mean, that's why I agree. Well...
Do you want to ask me one of those questions?
Yeah.
What does your character wish I'd do?
Okay, interesting. I think Tyra really wants you to find that journal and not fuck it up, I guess. And not mess it up, I guess. Yeah.
Give it to him and only him?
Well, no, I mean...
Well,
both of us.
Can I hop in on this one?
Mm-hmm.
So, you already agreed to the manipulate thing of find this journal and we gotta look at this thing before these dudes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that you already know is there. So if there's anything beyond that,
I see.
I think that gets more to the heart of that question. Because he theoretically knows you want him to do that thing that you just manipulated him into doing.
How about this? I wish that you and I would kind of become like a faction against Ishii.
City of Lies is Toan as Kakita Aji, Brandon as Hida Ishii, David as Bayushi Tayo, Andrew as Agasha Yugure, and Austin as your game master. The theme music for City of Lies is Mission of Danger by Lobo Loco. This American Dice Ryoko Owari City of Lies uses the City of Lies box set by Greg Stolz, published by Alderac Entertainment Group. The mechanics used is a modified PBTA system by Brendan Taylor of Galileo Games. Join us next time for more This American Dice.